3.5 Dungeons and Dragons. There is one tree of mundane combat that is non-magical combat, like just swords, bows, shields, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff that it's fine, magically fine. Very cool. There's one type of combat that requires so much effort to be good at that a lot of people are deterred just because it takes you until high level to do it, and even then it's kind of not glamorous. That's archery. Archery is the art of using ranged weapons in combat, not necessarily just bows like the freaking elf who's just like crossbows, held javelins, and the like. It requires so many feats. The abilities you get at 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Requires so many feats to be good at it, and a lot of people just want to they want to do damage at level 1. They don't want to risk hitting their friends. So I actually had a player in was it one of the games I ran? It was in one of the games I played in. I help people create characters because I'm in college and I run the gaming club with herself. But I had this player. They came in and were like, "Hey, I'd like to play a ranged character. I think it's gonna be cool." Like, okay, well, that we were starting at I don't know, level 3, and they see all the things that they have to do, and they're looking at point blank shot, and they're like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." Kind of risky though. And that's smart, by the way. Don't if you're an archer, the point blank thing is kind of a trap. Kind of. I'll get into that later. But they saw precise shot, and they're like, "Wait, if my allies fighting a dude, they're Joe's over there in a sword fight with a kobold, I have to take a penalty to not risk hitting Joe. What the hell?" I think that was their exact response. Just like, what the hell? I don't want to. And then they wound up rolling a barbarian with power attack. Yeah, barbarians are cool, and they're actually really good to teach new players. But it would have been cool to have an archer, you know. I'm playing actually playing a character from Magic Incarnate. I play a tank, even though I act as the party's wizard. Incarnate's weird, but I do like this retaliatory damage thing where somebody hits me and they take a buttload of d6 of damage. They take 76 damage just for hitting me. Granted, it's fire, and most creatures are resistant to fire, but the first time I used it, because I got the ability, I eventually just wound up doing it. There was a 2-weapon fighter, and he attacked me 3 or 4 times. And I'm like, okay. The DM's like, okay, he strikes you successfully all 3 times. I'm like, great. How many times did you say? 3. 76 fire, 76 fire, 76 fire. Dude died. Great. I took damage, but it was 24 out of my 50 hit points, and he took 70 damage died. Archery. If you're not a character that gets bonus feats, it's kind of pointless. Kind of. If you're gonna play a ranged character, there's several ways to do it and several ways to do it successfully. First off, reflect on yourself. I'm now a therapist. Reflect on yourself. Are you going to be okay with not doing that many glamour stats? You're not going to go up. You're not going to decide how much of my base attack bonus am I going to take away for power attack damage. You're not going to be the one deciding, is it worth it to take the -2 on my 2-weapon fighting, or should I just hit him with my longsword twice? It's not going to be a thing where you're casting spells. It's not. Yeah. Archery is very boring. It's also very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Not in that it's dangerous to you. It's terrifying. I have an archer who plays in one of the games I run. There's archers in all. How many games do I run? 3? 4? No, 3. Okay. Yeah, 3. There's archers in all 3 games that I run. All of them are terrifying. The game that I run is actually it's ending fairly soon because the semester's almost over. It's a high level game, and she's a ranger named Y'all. And this ranger, oh my god, she's like a preteen elf. She, as a 13th level character, in one round, they were fighting a beholder and a drow. Like this drow summoner lady who's like getting in all these demons. She killed the beholder in one round. A beholder is a glass cannon. The beholder actually took out the fighter. Like it was just like haha, eye rays all over the place, and the fighter went down. Y'all did 113 points of damage to it. Beholder, like I even said, it's like okay, I kill it. It's just like okay, so I draw my first arrow, shooting this eye, and shooting this eye, shooting this eye, and the fourth one just goes into an anti-magic eye. Its anti-magic eye explodes and it dies. Yeah, archery's scary, but it's boring because your routine is generally like, you can pull off some cool tricks, some, but it's mostly of okay, are they within range of my bow? Great. Then, if you're a ranger, or if you just take the rapid shot feat, that's one of like 3 tricks you can pull off with a bow. The other 2 being many shot and penetrating shot, I think it's called. That's an obscure feat from somewhere else, but if you take rapid shot, it's essentially take a -2 on your attack roll, get an extra attack. It requires like point blank shot. It's cool. That's one trick. Many shot requires you to be within point blank range. Fire 2 arrows at the same guy. Take a -4. And like as you progress in level, that's another thing about archery. I'll say that. And the last one is penetrating shot, which is a really cool feat, but it's not very effective. It's good. It's good for dealing with like little minion type dudes. Like say there's this big bad army leader. I'm a marshal. I love marshal. And like he's this big bad marshal. And he's got an army of like skeletons or something. I don't know. And they're like in this big line. As a standard action, you take your bow. It requires a strength of 15, so you have to be strong to do this. But you gotta do this, and you shoot an arrow through all of them in a 60-foot line. It's so cool. But it's good, not that good. Back to many shot. What I was saying about many shot. This is one of the problems with D&D archery. Very little scales with level. It's actually a lot about mundane combat in general. Very little scales with level. Power attack scales with level. That's why power attack is so good, because you need 1 feat to be terrifying. 2-weapon fighting, you need 3 feats minimum to be good at that. Archery, you need 2 feats not to be dangerous to your allies. Why? Granted, if you play a human, humans in 3.5 get, and 3rd edition in general, get an extra feat at level 1 and an extra skill point because we're supposed to be adaptable. Human supremacy, go Gygax, go. But that's the problem. Archery is feat intensive. You need 2 feats just to be able to not be a danger to your allies. A 3rd feat, rapid shot, in order to pull off a nifty trick. 4th feat, many shot, in order to pull off a point blank trick, which in all honesty, is not that great. It scales with level, which is good, but it's not great. I'm disconnected from Xbox Live. Internet here sucks. Yeah. And you can take penetrating shot. There's a lot of support for archery. There is, and it's not really some cool tricks. There is another trick, but it's part of Expanded Psionics Handbook. I love Psionics, but it's Psionic Shot. Expend your Psionic focus and do some extra damage. It's pretty much only for people who have Manifestor levels. I mean, you can do it without a Manifestor level, but that's more feat intensive. But that's the problem with archery. It's too feat intensive, and people don't like it because it's boring. But it's dangerous. So if you're going to play an archer, and I mean a dedicated archer, not somebody who doesn't suck at archery. I mean a dedicated, I am a 20th level fighter with supremacy in longbow. I am a 20th level ranger because I'm freaking Legolas. I'm good with a bow. Yeah, I have a sword. Rar. 1d8. Take your bow. It does like 1d8 plus 4. Oh, there's an orc 1d8 plus like 42. Yeah. Archery's boring. A lot of new players are deterred from it because it's boring. And there's a little bookkeeping involved. You gotta like keep track of your arrows. See if that arrow breaks. That arrow breaks. But it's a good combat style. Honestly, one of the more effective ways of fighting mundanely. Now, what if you're a wizard? And I see this so much with low-level wizards. And it's honestly the most often I see the 2 feats, point blank, and precise shot. Because they're wizards. What is one of their main attack forms that they have at low levels? Not the fireball. Wizards get that at level 5. Sorcerers get it at level 6. That bothers me, by the way. But the guys who blast things, warlocks especially, oh god, almost every warlock I see takes they fight with rage, meaning they have a ball of energy, and they throw it at somebody. That is a ranged attack, and is subject to most archery feats. A lot of people don't realize this, and I actually, one of the first games I played, in fact, this was the first game I played. I started very early in the game, not one of the original players, but I was playing my Incarnate because he was cool, and we still have this guy. He's one of the few remaining guys. We have a wizard. He's he's primarily a summoner, but didn't specialize. So he summoned some an elemental or something. So the elementals over there, we're fighting this I think we were fighting Slod. Yeah, we're fighting a lot of Slod. And he summoned this Earth Elemental. Earth Elemental was tanking up a couple Slod. The rogue was kind of bad at her job, but hey, she did damage, so we didn't complain. She was like this duelist type thief. So I was in there. I was swinging my soul sword, and I'm like, oh god. And she comes up, she backstabs the guy. Dude's not looking well, and our wizard decides that slot is not looking well. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray. Okay, good idea, right? Dude had a total attack bonus of he had attack bonus 4. He had okay decks. But, okay, so the DM says, dude was evil, by the way, which should have been assigned to me. It was my first real game, so. Alright, so, DM says, okay, are you going to take -4? And he's like, what? Well, dude's engaged in a melee combat. If you don't take a -4, you'll risk hitting Blade. That's my character's name. Or Lost. Yeah, the Road. He's like, okay, well, I honestly don't really care And we're just like, I swear to God, I swear to God. Dude's like, okay, fine, roll your attack bonus at +4. Rolls a 1. Game's like, okay, you miss. He rolls the, like, when you miss and stuff like that. Technically, every time you miss, oh God. Every time you miss, you're supposed to roll d8 and, like, clockwise around, that's where it lands. But that's too much booking. In this case, it would have been DM rolls d8. Rolls a 3. That's where I was standing. Okay. Roll another attack. Like what? Yeah, roll another attack. 20. Okay, roll to confirm. Does 22 hit your AC? My touch AC. And yes, it does. 46 double. I took 30 damage. Granted, I had hit points, but I had not that many hit points. I go down. I'm at like -8. I'm almost dead. Oh, don't be that guy. If you're gonna be a wizard or a wizard, sorcerer, warlock, war mage, you get it. If you're gonna be a dude who shoots rays or uses any ranged attack in general as a primary means of combat, take the 2 feats. But I don't want to. I'm a wizard. Why would I take archery feats? Okay. Consider this. You're a wizard. You're a human wizard. At level 1, you have 3 feats. 1 from being a level 1 character, 1 from being a human, and 1 from being a level 1 wizard. In 3.5, wizards get bonus feats, because it's supposed to be first or I don't know. Okay. Take your level 1 feat. Take point blank shot. But I don't want it. Take it. Take your human feat. Take precise shot. But I don't want it. Take it. Take your wizard feat. I don't care what you do with that. In fact, you're probably just already have scribe scroll. I don't know what the dude's gonna do with it. Probably like a lot of wizards just take spell mastery because they don't know what to do. Just take the right feats so you're not a danger to others. It sucks that it exists, yes, but that's fine. Last thing I want to talk about: how to do it, how to arch, how does archery? Well, first off, what's your weapon? It's a longbow, right? That requires the least work. It's a short bow. There's often going to be some ranged issues there, but that's okay. Crossbow. Do you like feats? Yeah, I like feats. I don't have enough. Then you're going to be bad with a crossbow, because crossbows require more work than regular archery. Oh, well, what if I just want to throw something even more work than crossbows? Yeah. In fact, I run a game at one of my high school friends' house. And actually, the guy whose house is at, I can't speak. It's midnight. I'm bored. The guy whose house is that, he plays this weird mix of a paladin and a soulborn from this book, which is essentially an incarnate paladin. And he's got levels in fire because he's going for this sort of a multi-purpose anti-evil build. Like, it's all coming together. He's eventually going to become a vassal of Bahamut. That's cool. But yeah, he actually, because he had so much, he already teetered out with his smiting powers around level 6, because he took extra smiting. He took the tactical feat Awesome Smite, which if you power attack while smiting, you can knock him over, and it does some other cool stuff. But that's the big one everyone wants. It's pretty good. He took that, and he's like, yeah, I took extra smiting in that, and I'm kind of done with smiting, because that's all I wanted smiting for. Okay. What did he do with his levels in fire? Point blank shot. No. Yeah, point blank shot, precise shot, brutal throw, and power throw. That's what he did. And it was cool. because what Brutal Throw does in 3.5, when you use a ranged weapon, you you have to use your dexterity modifier as the modifier on the attack roll because how active you are. Brutal Throw with thrown weapons allows you to use your strength modifier instead of your dexterity modifier. That's really good, especially because he had 10 dexterity and 20 strength. He rolled really good for stats. He had 20 for strength. He had 22 charisma. He was balling. The rest, his constitution was okay, and the rest of them, he had enough wisdom to have one spell, two spell, no, just one. He has one spell prepared at all times, and it's blessed weapon. That's all he has. Because he's a level 5 paladin, I think. So this paladin, who normally he's running around, he's got a greatsword. He uses a greatsword. He's also got a whole bunch of other stuff. He's smart. He carries an adamantine weapon, he carries cold iron, adamantine, slashing, piercing, bludgeoning, silver, everything. He's got everything. And he carries around one javelin, which it's a really pointy stick. It's a +1 returning javelin. So, in the event that a dude is 60 feet away, because he's throwing this javelin and power throw. Power throw is a feat that lets you it's very much like power attack for ranged weapons, in that you can only use it with thrown weapons, and you don't get any bonuses for two enemy. But it otherwise functions exactly the same. So he does that. He's fairly good with ranged weapons. He's a paladin. That's not his focus, but he's good at it because he can all the dude needs is power attack. That's all you need to do to be a good melee combatant. But people do other things. That's fine. That's fine. That's actually the martial adepts from Tome of Battle. Where is it? I have Tome of Battle here. Complete Mage. Complete Psionic. I have a lot of books. No. Nope. This is a good book. It's Tome of Magic. No. No. I like this book. Oh my god, where did I put it? Really? No. Oh my god, there it is. Okay, Tome of Battle. This book allows characters to essentially use a modified spell system for swords for melee attacks. That's a very basic description. It's that is the best way I could describe it without making an entire video on this. Oh my god, I've already talked for almost 20 times. I like the game. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, I was gonna say you don't have to take power attack to be a good melee warrior, but your feat choice and your class choice honestly decide what kind of melee warrior you are. If you play class from this book, you can do damage without power attack. In fact, I actually strongly encourage anybody playing a class from Tome of Battle, if you're not in a min-maxing group, that's very important. If you're not in a min-maxing group, don't take power attack. Not necessary. You want to be a damage guy? Be a Warblade. You want to be a tank? Be a Crusader. You want to be a rogue? Be a Sword Sage. Honestly, flip those 3 roles around. You can pretty much fulfill those roles any way you want with 3 classes in each book. Rogue, honestly, is only fulfilled by Sword Sage stuff. But yeah, Archery, just give it a chance, honestly. Give it a chance. I got some good splat support in some of these books. Some good support in here, I think. Hang on. Skirmish campaign, warbanding, but I need to read more of this book. I every time I get a book, I read through it because I have no life. Monsters. Oh my god, dude, these things can screw you up. I'm gonna not do that right now. I think I've talked for enough. And honestly, right after I do this, I might make another video just talking about whatever because I have no life and I keep getting my butt kicked in Dark Souls because I have no idea where I'm going. Farewell.